Joining me live now from Capitol Hill, House Majority Whip James Clyburn of South Carolina. Representative Clyburn, great to see you again. You're ready for a couple of pretty pointed questions here?
Oh, yes, I am.
Here we go. Now, before we get to health care, your chamber passed a jobs bill, $174 billion, narrowly. 36 Democrats voted against it. What's in the bill? My understanding is that it will provide funding for job training and transportation projects.
Yes, it will. The reason this vote was a bit controversial is because there are a lot of cross currents here. There are some people who felt that the TARP money that we were using to pay for a big portion of this should not be used for this purpose.
Yeah.
And a few of them had made public statements to that, not realizing that if we did not use the TARP money before the end of the year, it would go away. And so by the time we got around to explaining to people, it was a bit late in the process. In fact, were it not for that explanation being made in a very timely manner by the Speaker of the House, I'm not too sure we'd have gotten to the 217 that we got. So there are a lot of cross currents here. Other people felt that that half of the bill that was not being paid for would in fact be contributing to the debt and deficit.
Yeah, exactly.
And they had that problem with it. So there were a lot of things there. A lot of people say, well, you aren't spending enough.
Right.
And you should really do a robust spending bill. So that's what happens when you have all these cross currents. It's kind of hard to get.
And that's the process, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's being played out in the healthcare debate. Do you expect the Senate to pass its version of healthcare reform, all right, before Christmas?
Yes, I do. Of course, it won't be the first time that I did not get my expectations from the Senate if they were not to do it.
They're there.
But I think they will. I think they'll pass something. And I really believe that our staffs will work together during the holidays. And when we get back after the first of the year, the House and Senate will probably have something to vote on.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm wondering, Representative Anthony Weiner of New York says that the bill has gotten worse in its present form, even though more people will be covered. And he had this to say regarding the removal of the public option. Then I've got a question for you.
Well, I don't believe that you should let the perfect be the enemy of the good. And unlike some people in this town, I actually want to get health care reform passed. But when we go into a House-Senate conference, one of the things a lot of my colleagues are going to be asking are what are the things we can do to improve the choices that consumers have, make some competition for the insurance companies.
All right, now, Representative Clyburn, do you agree with that assessment? Put us in the conference room, provided you got a Senate bill. Are the sticking points in the negotiations for the final bill going to be the same sticking points we've been talking about for months now? We're talking about the public option in the House bill, not likely to be in the Senate bill, and then strong language on prohibiting taxpayer funding for abortions. Are we going to revisit the same sticking points again?
Absolutely. We are going to do that. But that's what a conference is all about. Bob Casey, I understand, has been tasked, Senator Bob Casey, with the job of trying to work out language that will satisfy everybody on the abortion question. Other people will be doing other parts of the bill on the Senate side. And when it gets to conference, we will all take a look at this. You know, I've been saying to people, the thing that's a little bit insulting to me in this whole discussion is that the House of Representatives worked very, very hard. We've got 258 Democrats. We produced a good product that most people felt comfortable with. We created momentum to get this thing going over in the Senate. Now, all of a sudden, people are acting as if the Senate happens to be the only game in town. The Senate is not the only game in town. This thing is going to come to conference, and we on the House side are going to fight very hard to make sure that we get competition in this system, that we contain costs, that we provide choices, that we get rid of rejections and rescissions. And we're going to be fighting very hard for those positions, and I hope we can reach compromise that both bodies can approve.
Are you going to be one of the conferees?
I have no idea. I certainly hope so. I think that I have something to offer
Well, if you are, we want a pipeline to you. Representative Clyburn, happy holidays to you. We appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Same to you.